Alright, well, I'm back in this is Blue Marsh Lake in Berks County, Pennsylvania. And I like to come here every spring and do some hiking. I always do it in the northern section of the park. I mean, there's a 30-mile trail that goes around the whole lake area. I've done all that, but whoops, there's a squirrel. But there's a like a 7-mile loop in the northern part of the park that I like to do every spring. So that's what I'm doing today. So as always, I'm gonna take you along with, and we'll see what we see. There's the lake down there. Here's some nice flowers, purple ones. This is called I think it's called Dame's Rocket. Has the 4 petals. There's something similar, Wild Phlox, but it has 5 petals per flower. These are Dame's Rocket. This is a multi-use trail at the park here, meaning you can hike it, but you also run into mountain bikers and people on horseback too. I've run into all of them at one time or another on these trails. Down here is this is bloodroot. Oh, my shadow's in the way. Yeah, down here they have white flowers, but they're done. They're little, yeah. But this is lots of medicinal purposes. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's if you look it up online, there's this stuff they call black salve that they make out of that stuff. It's supposed to like eat away the cancer on your skin and stuff. All kinds of interesting stuff. But it can be dangerous too, I guess, because yeah, it can like I said, it eats away the cancer, so it can like eat away your face too. Anyway, check that, look that up if you want to. That's kind of interesting. Black salve, it's called, from the bloodroot plant. I'll check out these huge thistle plants. Got all their spiny leaves, and flowers are pretty though. Of course, it would kind of suck to trip and fall into this batch of flowers, but they're still pretty cool. Alright, moving on. Yeah, and sometimes the trail leads you on these old abandoned roads. Of course, Blue Marsh Lake was it's one of those deals where they the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, you know, they built a dam here for flood control, but they had to do the whole what they call eminent domain, where they had kicked a lot of people out, a lot of farms around here and stuff. That's why you have all these abandoned roads. Used to be houses back here and stuff. And I've been smelling these all along the trail. This is multiflora rose. Of course, they're thorny and kind of a nuisance, but they smell nice. They're an invasive species, actually from China, I think. So anyway, they've taken over a lot of places in Pennsylvania. That's the way it is. They smell nice. Yeah, see, just off the road here, this is one of the old house sites. This was someone's driveway at one time. I think there's some old stone walls back underneath all that brush. Yeah, it's so covered in plant material, but yeah, you can kind of see some stone walls back there. Yeah, so people used to live back here. Yeah, so here's a whole bunch of these Dame's rockets going along the trail here. Some fleabane, a whole bunch of it. Pretty stuff. Slightly different colors. Yeah, back in the woods, but just off the trail, here's some cool stuff. Cool flowers. If you're into flowers, yellow flags, type of iris. These are actually not native to Pennsylvania either. Kind of a nuisance in some areas, but they're pretty. I think they're actually poisonous as well. But yeah, well. We got some eggs down in here. Probably toad eggs, I'd assume. in the water here. Kind of a glare there, but all right, let's keep moving. That is a brown-headed cowbird. Oops, there they go. Lost them. Well, they're interesting birds. They are what do they do? They lay their eggs. They make their own nest. They lay their eggs in someone else's nest and force that bird to raise their own young. A lot of times that little cowbird, when it hatches, it pushes the other eggs or even the other hatchlings of the original nest, pushes them out so it gets all the food. So they're not the most popular bird around here. Maybe I'll get some more up here. Maybe we'll get some video of them up here. Alright. Yeah, there's one. They look like he's behind that stalk there. You see they have a kind of like a black body and a brown head. Where are you going, buddy? Oops, sorry about that. Brown-headed cowbird. There's a whole bunch of them. Alright. We'll let them go to their feeding out there. Yeah, so I know that the picture gets a little jerky sometimes when I zoom in like that, but there's not much I can do about that. When you zoom in that close from this far away, any slightest movement just kind of, you know, moves the image around a lot. I could carry a tripod around with me, but that gets kind of, I did one for a couple hikes, but that got kind of old. Because then you gotta, it's kind of heavy, and then you gotta, every time you see something, you gotta set it up. And then by the time you set up, whatever you're trying to take a video or picture of is gone, so that's just the way it is. Well, I'm not sure what's going on here, but there's just a mass of ants. They're kind of going along the trail here. Not sure what they're doing there. They're just covered with them. And here's another group of ants trying to just dried up earthworm. I guess they're trying to take it home to their place. Maybe they'll work on cutting it up into pieces or something. Kind of a gruesome way to go. Check out these flowers. I can't say I've ever seen these before. Have to look them up when I get home. They're kind of pretty. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them growing along the trail here. It's all along here. Just walk as the trail goes through this kind of field right now. Actually, we're here a little bit. We're back in the woods again, and I'm going to sit here on this log and take a break. Every time I come hiking here, I sit on this log for a little break. I'm going to have some munchies and head on out again. Alright, break time is over. Time to head out again. So I got a ways to go. Alright, let me show you another wild plant here. This is wild ginger. It does have flowers, but you have to look really hard for them. They're always down at the base of the plant. I think this one's pretty old. It's kind of dried up. They kind of have a brownish purplish color. They're almost impossible to find if you're not looking for them. And this plant, I think it does have some medicinal properties. But I know I've read where people have gotten seriously sick from eating it too, or making a tea out of it or something. So it's one of those things that could have some edible medicinal qualities, but you gotta be really careful about what you do with it. Because I think one dude sent his whole family to the hospital for I forget what he did, made tea or something. So just one of those things you gotta be cautious about how you use wild edibles or medicinal plants for yourself and others. And we finally found, oh, there he goes. Do you see that? Oh, there's a snake, garter snake. I guess you caught a glimpse of him there. I hope you did. At least saw the weeds moving where he went up through. I don't see him anymore. He's gone. Oh well, we got a glimpse of one. He's off in there somewhere. There's no seeing him in there. Well, I'm making my way up the longest uphill section of this hike. It's one of those hikes where, one of those hills where you think, every time you think you're at the top, you're not. It just keeps going. But I've done this one a number of times, so I kind of prepared for that. I'll be glad to get to the top here anyway, though. Well, we made it to the top. Now it's time for a water break, I think. A nice little place to sit. I think there's a place up here with a view. We'll go up there. Now there's kind of a view down there, but regardless, I think I'm gonna sit here, take a little break here. That'll work. Now check out this tree, all these mushrooms. They look like what they call oyster mushrooms, but I think it's a little early for them. But otherwise, I don't know what they are. There's a ton of them here. Alright, some little bugs eating away at them too. Whoops. And over here off the trail is another abandoned site. Of course, you have these are hostas. They're not native. These are like, you know, what people plant in their house. Let's see, where are we going up here? Yeah, here it is. Looks like there was some kind of a dam here at one time. There's foundations here. Right where this creek goes across. So there's probably a little pond here at one time. Oh yeah, there's that little wheel thing. It's like a crank or something to probably open up something here. I think it was down here somewhere, but it's hidden down there and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know what was here. Maybe it was a mill or something at one time because you have this dam. But if you come here in the wintertime, early spring, it's easier to see, but now it's getting covered over. Alright, let's get back to the trail. So I'm just down from that last site we were at, where the old foundations were, and here's another reason. I think this was an old road too, or an old lane, and you can tell, this neat tree, this is a Japanese red maple here. You can see the leaves. That's not a native tree to Pennsylvania. It's one that people often plant in their yards or along their lanes, so you kind of lets you know that you're in a place where houses used to be as well. Alright, the hike on this end of the lake is ending soon. I'm coming up to a road here. I'm going to cross the bridge here, across the lake, and hike my way back down the other side of the lake. The other side of the trail is flat. Not many hills. This side was hilly, but downside to that side it's flat, but it's right next to like a large highway, so there's going to be a lot of traffic noise. That's the way it is. Danger, no diving. I don't plan on doing any of that anyway. And out there's the lake. It's not too big on this end because we're away at the northern end of it. It gets a lot bigger further south. Check out all these little critters. It's some kind of aphids, I think, sucking away on the plant juices. Alright, we're back on trail, but of course you can hear traffic noise. Yeah, this side's not so bad. Like I say, you just have some traffic noise. The trail kind of meanders close to the highway and a little bit away from it, so that changes sometimes. Got some wild strawberries growing down here. Let's try one of these. These usually don't have much taste to them because they're not very sweet, but it's kind of watery. Another one down here, a big one down here. Let's try this one. Yeah, kind of watery. Not much taste, but not too bad though. Alright, let's keep going. Coming up on a beautiful view of the lake, but there's another problem with this place. It's the trash. People come from, we're not too far from a larger town, city area. Those folks come here and just trash it. They don't take their trash home, they just trash the place. So that's what they do. Take your trash home with you. If you brought it here, you can take it home. Alright, so I just sat down to eat some lunch here on another set of ruins here. I looked down and there's some cool moth type creature down here. You can see it down there. See that thing? I'm not sure what that is. Pretty neat looking though. I'm gonna take some pictures of it quick before it flies away. Yeah, that's one neat looking critter there. Alright. Yeah, we got a chipmunk. See if we can, it'll focus it on him, or no, it will not. But he's up there. He moved. I mean, we can. There we can go. Well. Yeah, it wants to focus on the branch in front of him. There we go. He's a cute little thing. He's just sitting there still, hoping I don't see him and eat him. I'll let him go though. And up here's a, where is it? Oh, there it is. A little bunny rabbit. Sitting as still as possible. Well, here's a view of the lake over all these weeds here. I'm not sure what they are. Well, look at what we have down here. A little baby snapping turtle. Huh. He's a cute little booger. I'm gonna take a few pictures of him. Yeah, there he is. Kind of cute right now. Because they grow up to be kind of big and ugly though. Alright, we'll put him back. Set back where he was going. Go on your way, little buddy. Actually, let's take him off the trail a little bit. So he doesn't get squished. Goodbye, little fella. Alright, well this is going to be it for this video, I think. I'm just about back where I parked at, so thanks for coming along. We didn't see anything overly spectacular this time, but it's good to see a few nice things. But anytime you can come out and enjoy a hike is worthwhile. So but anyway, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you again somewhere else. Hopefully.